Fantastic.
Hey, it says
Oh,
we're
look.
live, and I think I just got the little phone.
Yeah.
Think bigger.
Excellent.
Oh, egg salad excellent.
Kiasawai.
All right, so I see we've got a group chat here, but is this group chat connected to YouTube?
Yes, should be.
Okay, that's kind of cool. You know, in theory, when everything works, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, but that would imply that, everything has to be working, which, yeah, no.
Yeah, we all know that is most certainly not the case.
Why would it work when it just can not?
Goodness gracious.
Okay, so let me pull up some stuff here. This is very clearly the wrong one. I'm in a mixture of so many different things. Oh, look, we're live.
We are live.
You wanna open there? Google.
Ooh, me?
Okay. So it's probably us just watching now, but never mind. We will continue to operate as always. So hello, everyone. How are you all today?
Welcome to a very Foally Hangout before a very Foally D&D session. Oh, I keep saying D&D, but I should say tabletop session.
Yeah. Sorry about the silence over the past couple. It's been...
Don't apologize. People are used to it.
It's your fault. It's all your fault.
Way to pass the buck. Haha. Pony pun of the week.
Pony pun of the week.
Got it.
You haven't heard from in a long time.
Yeah, got it knocked out early and often there.
NBF says hi.
Interesting. That's not showing up on my group chat. So I guess the group chat is not connected to YouTube. Well, that's dumb.
Yep. Thank you, Susan Waksicki. Or Wachiski. Or Woski. Boski. I don't know. Whatever your name is.
Okay. Spooky booky.
So, news. I actually did go through and tallied up the story requests, at least the ones I remember finding, and went through and going through all the comments, and there actually aren't as many as I remember. I remember there being far more than there are.
Well, maybe they kind of self-sorted and deleted them.
Well, no, it's just that several people asked for the same thing over and over again. So I took those as individual ones, and they're not. I also included one that I knew wouldn't be, hadn't already been requested, but would be requested very shortly, which would be the Hooves of Fate, which is like K-Cat's favorite side pick.
Gotcha. Sorry, the anointed one.
The anointed one. So I have
just realized in our chat everybody's getting my JFK photo.
Oh, yes.
And for anybody wondering, go look up the presidential portrait for JFK and you'll see what I mean. This is a picture. It's a picture from my wedding, but it just wound up being like...
I was about to say, it looks like your wedding. It actually looks like the room we changed in.
Wrong again.
I said it looked like the room we changed in.
Yeah.
Not that it was.
Not that
Calm
it was.
down.
Oh, okay. Okay, baby. Because it was actually the library.
Yeah.
The library.
Isn't that where Bobby was drunk off his rear end?
You mean the whole ceremony? I mean, allegedly. We don't want to speak poorly of a friend who can't defend himself here.
He could barely move, have like 1 foot off the ground. He was so drunk.
He was drinking like it was the end of the goddamn world.
Nothing says I love you like a free bar.
Thank God we made him sign as witness beforehand, because we would not have legally been able to have him do that afterwards. Because there's a caveat on the form that says of sound and sober mind. He's already only got half of that to begin with, Chris.
Something tells me that being liquored up like a fish dropped in a whiskey barrel doesn't count as sound mind.
Nah, not particularly.
Okay,
certainly not sober.
So for the stories I have, I didn't actually record who sent them. I have Guys of Chaos, Hooves of Fate, Pink Eyes, Distorted Fate, Astral Aegis, Cosmic Rifts, Project Horizons, and I guess I was going to add Murky if you wanted to try that. I figure if we do Project Horizons, it's going to be go until you can't hold your lunch anymore.
Yeah, isn't that like the story that never ends?
It's
Isn't
the
it
story
like
that never
5
ends.
times longer than War and Peace?
I think it's only like 3, maybe 4. Let me look it up. Let's see. Longest novel, War and Peace, at 587,000 words, three times that long.
Well, that's just fucking great. Isn't that just fan-freaking?
Interestingly enough, War actually went quite quick. It was the peace part that took forever.
Yeah, no kidding. Don't believe me, just ask Korea.
Oh, so yeah, that's it. I was thinking of Murky. I was like, I don't know whether you want like stress and depression related ulcers, but there you go. I think I told you about that story.
So is that the order we're doing them in, or were you just listing all of them?
That might be the order we do them in. As well, the Guys of Chaos was going to be my next one, if I had any say in it.
Guys in Chaos. Da, 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 Guys in Chaos.
Hooves of Fate, which I am surprised K-Cot has not asked for, because she used to be all about that life.
Back before the war.
Back before the war, which is funny because the story is actually takes place from the perspective of a filly who has like foresight, future sight, and it is actually like during the war and can actually apparently see the outcomes of certain events, but doesn't actually know what changes them, but starts trying to go around and change the events for the better, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. And undoubtedly cause things to still occur as they were meant to.
Well, I mean, and you don't know what happened to cause the thing to go wrong. I mean, let's say you got future sight to see that a vase broke. Well, how the fuck do you know what caused the vase to break?
Yeah.
In before Matrix reference. Go right ahead, kids. And then Pink Eyes, which I actually do have the hard copy of. Somewhere up here. And which is actually shorter. It's a much shorter read. Let's actually look it up. Anyway, so what have you been up to this past couple of weeks?
Well, Thanksgiving did just happen, so that was nice.
Lies and blasphemy.
A lot of overeating and more eating. Honestly, though, I spent my day on Thanksgiving Day doing all the cooking. So by the time it came time to eat, I was just so hot and tired. Like you don't want to eat anything at that point. But at least I had some good help in the kitchen. Although the two primary things I was responsible for, the turkey and the bread, both turned out fantastic. I did a brand new sourdough yeast roll.
Yeah, I know. It's delicious.
It was delicious, and I've started using that as a base to actually bake some bread now, like some loaf bread, and it is amazing. I've got some more of that proofing actually right now. So
excellent.
Before the tabletop starts today, and the turkey turned out really well. We cooked a 21-pound bird, which was way too much meat, but everybody takes some home, and it doesn't go to waste. Nothing gets wasted.
Oh yeah. Pink Eyes is 134,000 words, which under any other circumstance would be quite a bit. But in this, it's more like a short novella.
Wow.
So,
yeah, no kidding. How long was Fallout Equestria?
Like 645,000 words.
Okay, so yeah, Pink Eyes may be a good next one to do, because that's a good length.
I think Guys of Chaos is actually very similar in length. Let me check.
Okay, we can do that one too. What's the premise of that story?
It starts out as cliched as humanly possible, where where a guy wakes up with amnesia and a head wound.
Oh no.
It's 260,000 words.
That sounds a lot like Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah, it actually, I think at first it was attempting to be that, and then it kind of somewhat goes there, and then it just completely drops the whole thing and then does its own thing in its own place without any other kind of influence. And it becomes great for it. It's just that intro.
A whole lot less influence from Matthew Perry.
Yes. Everyone should have less influence from Matthew Perry.
Man, with friends like these, am I right? I'll be here all week.
I know. I regret it already.
I know you do. Well, you know, at this point, we've been friends long enough. We're just kind of stuck together. We're too stubborn to make other friends.
Okay, so yeah, that's 260,000. There's 135 for pink guys. So we may do pink guys next. Maybe do guys of chaos next. Let me actually look at the rest of these as far as word counts go. Is it bad that I keep wanting to call it Monos, the Hooves of Fate?
I dig it.
My name is Torgo. I take care of the place while the master is away. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so
the Hooves of Fate.
Oh no, Monos, the Hooves of Fate is not actually completed.
Well, no sense in doing that one then.
That is a damper. I didn't actually realize it hadn't been complete. A lot of these, they're so old. Mind you, this person literally just updated it the 24th of October, and this story's been going since 2013. So it looks like pretty regular updates. I may have to ping the author, move that farther down the list and ping the author and be like, hey, you going to be finished yet? Because if you are, we're going to pick you up when we're done.
Moonblaze says Foally Hangouts ? Yes, because we have not been on the air for a while again. So
yes,
we figured we'd be on the air for a little while.
Yeah, and we're going to be doing another tabletop. And if my past productivity holds up, then it should be out either tonight or tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to do the tabletop live, but there, some people in the tabletop that want
that, and I mean, we'd probably have recording problems for some reason. I don't know why. I've got to figure out why OBS keeps crashing on me, or OBS with streaming to YouTube. It could be a YouTube thing, but remember, it would just it would continuously like whenever we were doing some of that. And I don't know if it's a video card thing or whether it's I don't know what it is. It's a pain in the ass, though. So I don't even know if we could keep a live stream going.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to edit it out for all the swears.
Couldn't you just do screen share with a Hangout?
True. We could.
That seems like a much more reliable way of doing it.
Yeah, because it's slow enough. Because we needed the screen share with some other things. It only does like...
Right. Yeah, screen share with a video game wouldn't work, but with tabletop, totally would.
Yeah, we'll say. Maybe want to just get into the hang of things, especially because it was easier. Well, no, I could... I don't know. We'll see.
Well, like I said, it needs approval from obviously the other guys in the tabletop. I know there were some concerns about names and stuff getting out. They'd hate for there to be like a slip up. So I'm totally respectful.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody is as obvious about who they are as you and I are.
Yeah, at this point, it's like, Okay, so let's see. I'm actually going to look these other ones up. I remember, oh gosh, who was it? I don't remember who it is. It's a regular commenter. Can't remember his name, though, who did the Distorted Fate. He's Astral Aegis.
Spliff made it. Bum, 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 bum.
And Cosmic Rifts. Let's see. Distorted Fate.
Manos, the Hooves of Fate. Jesus.
I have no idea what that beeping is. I really don't. That beeping happens occasionally, but I have no idea what it is. Okay, let's see.
It's your motherboard.
No, it's coming from the hall or outside. Distorted Fate, 109,646, 109,000 words. It appears to be very highly rated. Contains pretty much happy, friendly, fun things. So I have no idea what this is about. Appears to be some kind of out of place, but not a HIE story, which is, as you could imagine, probably one of the most cliche and poorly written archetypes for a My Little Pony fanfiction of all time, is the human in Equestria.
Right.
Self-insert protag goes to Far Off Ponyland. Proceeds to romance and woo every last pony that he ever wanted. The end. The Chrysalis. I'll add that to the list. The Chrysalis. Is the Chrysalis finished? I remember seeing some updates on the subreddit, but I do not remember if it is finished. And it has to be prerequisite, because we can't just keep doing that thing where we hop around whenever there's an update.
Chrysalis, is that when, you know, a pony transforms into a great, big, beautiful butterfly?
It is finished. Oh, and it's only 533,000 words.
God damn it.
So that one may be later on, kids.
God.
It is very highly rated, though.
It's like these people start writing and they don't have anything else to do.
Infinite potential. Now, there was an interesting concept for a story. Now, it's not anywhere near complete, and I guess he has.
I love
started back up.
That. I love that there is this one idea that K-Cat started has produced more literature than all of the Harry Potter things.
Well, than we want to admit. Let's put it that way.
But
there's probably as much Harry Potter things. We just don't want to admit it.
No, I was just going to say, like, if we were counting Harry Potter fan fiction, that would be different. But we're not, because there is no main fiction for Fallout Equestria. It is inherently itself a fan fiction. Whereas, like, you know, Harry Potter fan fiction is based off of an established series of novels. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just more inflating K-Cat's ego, you know. Don't mind me. Let me grab the bike pump out from the closet.
Her head's probably got to be pretty swollen, and
okay,
not
so
just from hydrocephalia.
That was the update I saw. Is that the Chrysalis was finished, and is highly rated. And there's also Infinite Potential, which is not finished, but that might be a fun one if it is close to finishing. It's about a doctor comes out of a stable and sees the world and is a psychopath that wants to bend it to their will. Which is a fantastic concept.
So a genius murder hobo.
Well, you're following like I guess I haven't read it, but I really should. It's just you're following the bad guy, like the psycho doctor who wants to bend the world to their whims.
It's only better if the psycho doctor wins. Like the bad guy wins. Wait. Infinity War 1? Wait, the good guys lose? Yeah, the good guys lost. Game over, man. Oh, love it.
Okay, so these are a series. Okay, I called it right. So Distorted Fate, Astral Aegis, and Cosmic Rifts are all part of the same universe, I guess. Looks like. Yeah.
Well, you learn something new every day.
That might be an interesting one to go over. However, it is not related to Fallout, so it's just ponies. Ponies and something else, but
gross.
Hey, it happens.
Ponies are the worst, man.
Not fun at all.
No, they're magical, and their friendship is magic, but everything else is garbage. Like, I don't think I could go back to the main series now, because the pictures of Twilight Sparkle and Rainbow Dash in them in my head are all based off of Fallout Equestria.
It's true. I actually did watch the show after finishing the book, and I kind of had a moment. I'm not gonna lie, I had a moment where it was a look before you sleep, because it was just like the most inoffensive, soft, cuddly episode that they could possibly do.
I mean, anytime I see Pinkie Pie in the main series, I'm just going to think she's a drug addict.
Well, and so I watched that, and then they hugged and smiled at the end, and all had fun, and I was like, "You're all going to die."
It's all fun and games now.
Mm-hmm.
Until the bombs come.
Yep. I don't know, Smliff. Yeah. Look Before You Sleep is one where they have to schedule a thunderstorm because they're behind on their rain quota, and so they have to have a downpour like crazy. So they harken up a rainstorm, and in the middle of it, it is Rarity, who lives on the other side of town, and Applejack, who lives way out of town on the farm, get caught in the middle of town during the rainstorm and have to go to the library where Twilight is. And they decide to have a sleepover, and ends up that Rarity and Applejack don't really get along in most ways, and so they kind of have to figure out how to get along. And it's kind of this whole, it's very basic, very childish, but presented well, at least well enough. It's just that, and then followed up with me nearly sobbing my eyes out, going, "You're both going to be dead, and one of you is going to rend your soul into dozens of shards."
Stop! They're already dead.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh God. Well, like I said, it kind of spoils you. Yeah. Also, it's it's way more of a complicated story. It's way more grown up. And you go back to My Little Pony, and you're like, this is for children. Which I suppose you should have done all along, but...
Yeah. Get off your
By the way,
high horse.
I keep looking up in the top right corner about how many shitty things are being blocked right now. And the counter keeps going up, and I haven't done anything different on YouTube. Like, I haven't changed pages.
Oh, the ad block count, yeah. It's just constantly trying to throw those hooks at you.
That's what's 182 instances. 182 instances.
Well, it's 197 for me. 198.
Golly.
And keep going up because it's just all. It's not only that; it's just like this kind of code that's trying to grab.
It's like, come on.
Yeah.
I need to sell you something, kid. I need to sell. That's how I am with real estate. Come on, kid. Look at a house. I'll show you a house. You want a house? I'll show you a house.
You want an apartment? You want an apartment? You want a house? You want a lot? I can give you a lot. I can give you a mobile home. You want a mobile home? Gotta get that fixed. Gotta get that fixed. Gotta get that mobile home. Gotta get that fixed. Yeah. So I guess soon we should be starting that tabletop. So
good. I haven't heard from any of them yet, though.
I gotta bop him because he's
got a beat on a goose. I
got a beat on a goose.
I love that you and I will make references that nobody gets.
Unless you've seen the best episode of Mystery Science 3000 ever made.
But we reach a level of esoteria that it's essentially only entertaining to you and I.
Isn't that how it works?
That's not particularly marketable.
True. Well, it is to hipsters, but you have to make it to where the jokes everybody understands, but then you still act like it's an inside joke.
Oh, like The Big Bang Theory.
Or Funhouse. And on that bombshell.
Goodness gracious. Well, so it sounds like we have a plan of attack, I think. So what's the next book going to be? When are we going to start breaking it down, building it up?
Well, for the length, I guess you were right. Let's do Pink Eyes first. And then we'll do Guys of Chaos. And then we'll have to figure out where to go from there. If anyone else has any.
Well, you heard it here first, kids.
Yep.
Chris and Robert will be breaking down Pink Eyes.
Just not pink eye. That's something else completely.
God, I hope I don't get pink eye, but I do have a kid, so it's like it's a real possibility he's going to get the poo-poo in my eye. He'll be like,
okay. He'll just look super angry.
He'll be like, Daddy, let me touch your face. And I'll be like, oh, he's touching my face. Oh, he's touching my eye. Why does my eye hurt so bad?
Why is my eye pulsing?
God, I have not had pink eye in like 25 years. Oh, man.
I did have pink eye oh gosh, when would that have been? 8, 9 years ago? I don't even know how the hell I got it. I was driving down and then something flew into my eye and it ended up being something bad.
You got the poo-poo in the eye.
In the eye de poo-poo.
You get the poo-poo.
Just to warn you, Pink Eyes is a good story, but it's written from the perspective of not just a child, but a low intelligence child. Yeah.
Oh, are you trying to say a retard?
No, actually, just a young enough child to where they're exceptionally naive. So.
I see.
But it comes across. I think it's done well.
So Moonblaze, when you say that you had trouble getting there, it just makes it sound like you were jerking off. Like, well, this was a challenge, but
I managed to get there.
My favorite comment on YouTube was on a video on fire ants. It's like, well, this was tough, but I found a way to jerk off to this.
Is that how the Elizabethans would have said it? I'm not. It's not. I'm coming. It's I have arrived.
I'm arriving.
I'm arriving. Okay, that's enough of that. We're getting into the dirty stuff now. So, for me and him, we're me and him, and it was a mistype. Damn it! Sorry, you can't live it down.
Yeah,
you can't take it back.
You can't mistype around me.
I'm sorry, you just crossed the Rubicon. There's no going back.
I was born in the gutter, raised in the gutter, and by damn it, I will die in the gutter.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
All right. Bye.